Officially 4 weeks out from the NHL trade deadline, and we had a trade on the weekend involving multiple players. Arizona dumping some salary, adding a body. Toronto getting a defenseman. Does that mean either team is done? Probably not, but it's the start of more trades starting to heat up a little bit, Frank. And what do you make of this Arizona-Toronto trade?
Makes so much sense for Toronto, especially to get off of Nick Ritchie's contract. I mean, that's really the key in all of this. They were going to have to pay someone to do it. And in turn, they ended up also getting a defenseman that they like, have spent time studying, and feel like could be a fit. I mean, you think back to their overall top objective for the trade deadline, and that is to find a new partner for Jake Muzzin to improve their second pair, to get an upgrade in that spot. I don't know if Ilya Lyubushkin is an upgrade, but it's worth trying given the acquisition cost being quite low, considering that you were trying to move Nick Ritchie's deal anyway. So they get out from under Nick Ritchie's deal. There's no net cap change this year for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Lyubushkin comes in for exactly what Ritchie's cap charge was while he was buried in the minors. And then on top of that, they don't have Ritchie's contract for next season. So if you're looking at it, Jason, from the Arizona perspective, perhaps they needed a guy or felt like Ritchie could be a guy as they try and get to the floor and fill out their roster for next season. So him being under contract is valuable to them. And the Leafs give up either a second round pick in 2025, which gives you a lot of time to replace that pick, or a third round pick in 2023, which many perceive to be a pretty deep draft as it is. So to not have Ritchie's cap hit on your books next season when you're trying to allocate pretty much every penny possible to replacing or signing Jack Campbell in net. And then what do? You're probably going to lose Ilya Mikheyev on the wing. You need a fourth line center. There's numerous holes to fill out and only about $6 or $7 million to go around. So you found a way to increase that a bit by this trade over the weekend. And oh, by the way, if Lyubushkin doesn't work out, you have 4 weeks to try it out, and you can, and pretty much saved most of your trade ammo. You can either go out and get that authentic second pair defenseman that you thought that your team needs, or if Lyubushkin does work, that now gives you the flexibility and freedom to improve your team up front if you so desire.
Yeah, I look at Nick Ritchie, and obviously it hasn't worked out in Toronto. You know, this guy scored 16, 15, 14, 13. I think the worst season he had prior to this was 9. So Arizona probably thinks, you're right, that they need salary, but that Nick Ritchie could get back to being a 10 to 14 goal scorer in Arizona where, you know, there'll be opportunity. I know people say, well, if he couldn't score with Marner Matthews, how's he going to score more? Some guys just, I don't know, maybe they don't handle the pressure. It doesn't work out for them. But yeah, it didn't work out for Nick Ritchie. I think obviously he lost his confidence. And I know when he signed that contract, a lot of people felt like he was coming off like one of his career best years. And it's kind of looked that way.